So in my initial recording session for this video, I forgot to mention that there are going to be spoilers, here. So you got a fat spoiler warning, so if you don't want this movie spoiled, click off the video. But if you've already seen this movie or you don't care, I would really appreciate it if you stick around. So, yeah, enjoy the video. So, listen, I didn't really care that much about seeing this movie, because I don't know if you know this, but recently DC movies do not have the best track record. I thought Aquaman was going to be just like Justice League, Batman v Superman, and Suicide Squad, but like a little bit more dumb because it's Aquaman. But I saw this movie on Christmas Eve, my family was just like, hey, you want to go to the movies? I'm like, sure. And they're like, okay, we can either see Into the Spider-Verse or Aquaman. And my brother's like, oh, well, I've already seen Into the Spider-Verse, so let's see Aquaman. And I guess that was the final decision. So I wasn't really excited to see this movie. And, you can't really blame me for that. But let me say that this movie is pretty good. Like, I would say it's the best DC movie in a while. Better than Wonder Woman. Maybe an unpopular opinion, but it doesn't matter because I will fight you. This movie has a good story, likable characters, interesting stuff, funny jokes, like it's a good time. I really like how the movie starts with showing how Aquaman's parents met and like Aquaman's origin and stuff like that. And I really like that they showed that stuff at the beginning of the movie, but I also like that they didn't like spend too much time on it. I forget exactly how long like we were shown as origin and stuff like that. I think it was like 10 to 15 minutes. Forgive me if I'm wrong, I might be dumb. Can I also just point out really quick that it is objectively hilarious that a character played by Jason Momoa is named Arthur? Glad I could bring that to your attention. Moving on. Wait, now that I think about it, did the movie open with Black Manta on the submarine, or did it open with Aquaman's origin story? I honestly forget now, but just know that those were both at the beginning of the movie. But the main conflict in this movie is actually really interesting because the antagonist, Ocean Master, kinda makes a lot of sense. He wants to go to war with the people on the surface because they pollute the oceans like a lot. And I'm like, yo, makes a lot of sense. And the way that he goes about doing that at first is actually kind of cool because he just uses a bunch of tsunamis to like destroy coasts. Gotta say, pretty smart guy. But also, Ocean Master is the king of Atlantis and Arthur's brother. And Arthur is like the rightful heir, you know? And that's a pretty interesting way to try to make Ocean Master like stop. Arthur just needs to be king instead of Ocean Master. It's very simple. On paper. It's a little bit more complicated than that. I also really like the chemistry between Arthur and Mera because, I mean, it's funny. But also, by the end of the movie, they're, romantically involved. And I don't really care that much about that because, I mean, all of us knew that was gonna happen. I've never read an Aquaman comic in my life or, done anything relating to Aquaman other than seeing Justice League, something I regret. But even I was like, okay, I see where this is going. It was also a really cool moment in the movie when it was revealed that Arthur's mom is still alive, because we were never explicitly shown or told that she was dead, we just, kind of assumed. But then eventually we're like, yo, she's like totally alive. Some groundbreaking stuff. And also that scene where the giant like sea monster thing is trying to like kill Arthur for, trying to get the trident. And Arthur's like, yo, I can understand you, but also can you stop because you're getting really annoying. Also, some of the battle scenes in this movie, I'm not a very good like judge of CGI, you know what I mean? Like I can't really tell if it looks good or not. I don't know if I'm just dumb. Most likely the case. Like when CGI's really bad, I can tell. Like at the end of Black Panther, dude. But I thought the CGI in this movie was pretty good. Again, I can't really tell. As well as like the imaginations of those people that came up with like all these sea creatures and stuff. I'm like, but some of these battle scenes were just incredible. Like that battle scene where the Atlanteans were like fighting these weird underwater like beetle people. Admittedly strange, but it looked awesome. I also liked how there were flashbacks every once in a while to show like Aquaman's origin and how he became Aquaman. But I gotta say, whoever played teenage Aquaman gotta step your game up. Like that scene on the beach where the guy revealed to him that his mom was dead, but then we found out that she wasn't. But that scene and he was trying to act sad, I'm like, dude, stop. But I mean, whatever. I do kind of think it's weird that the movies seem to like try to trick you into thinking that Black Manta is going to be like the main antagonist in this movie, because that's like the first scene we see of Aquaman being Aquaman, and Black Manta and the boys are like robbing a submarine, and they establish that Black Manta isn't the biggest fan of Aquaman. But then we just completely like, switch over to Ocean Master, and we're like, okay. Just thought it was kind of weird. It doesn't make the movie like unwatchable. If anything, I thought it made it like more interesting, because I was kind of like, oh, you got me. Just like that. That is a direct quote. I did that in the movie theater, and the rest of the people in the movie theater didn't really seem to appreciate it. But I also think Jason Momoa was a good choice to play Aquaman, and it's weird because he doesn't look at all like Aquaman from the comics, but I'm still like, that's Aquaman. It is just kind of weird that he doesn't look at all like Aquaman from the comics, but like I can still be like, yeah, that's Aquaman, like, I'm not complaining. I mean, he does a really good job, so I mean, yeah. But with the Black Manta subplot, it definitely seems like they're trying to set up a sequel, which, I mean, I don't mind. I mean, it was a good movie, so very rare in the DC cinematic universe. But yeah, overall, this movie was really enjoyable, and that's coming from someone who didn't really care about seeing it. Like, I actually walked into the theater, like, not in the best of moods, because when I walked into the theater, I was just thinking, you know what, I would have rather seen Into the Spider-Verse. So honestly, I really wasn't in the best of moods when we started the movie, but it was a really good movie and it was really fun to watch, and like by the end I was like, man, I really wish I came in here in like a good mood. But regardless, I still really enjoyed the movie. I would recommend it. Go watch it, like right now. Like, what are you still doing here? Like, leave. I do not want you in my presence. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you've seen Aquaman, tell me what you think of it. Do you think it was a good movie? Do you not think it was a good movie? Gotta say, if you think it's not a good movie, you're kind of not correct. Listen, everyone is entitled to their own opinion, but that one is incorrect. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like. If you didn't, make sure to leave a dislike. Jump off a bridge, whatever suits you. My name's Whitefire, and I'll see you on the flip side.